Ladies and gentlemen, bout number 3 is an amateur featherweight contest. Please welcome Alan Murphy.
Wearing the Irish flag all the way here from the Emerald Isle, Alan Murphy arrives to the MMAC here in Birmingham from Samson Gym, from Cork City. A guy we know has got the heart of a lion and the mind of a champion. He knows how to press the action, and he's a tough, seasoned competitor. Paul, everything you look for an up-and-coming guy.
Definitely, Chris. This guy's here to make a mark on this scene tonight, and I think we're going to see some explosive action from him.
Everything you really want, given the amateur building ground that MMAC is trying to establish, Paul. It means a lot, really, for a young fighter to come in on a stage like this and gain experience.
Definitely, Chris. This scene is phenomenal. MMAC, I mean, they're taking over the UK. It's a fantastic show. What a platform as a young amateur fighter to be able to come in to a show like this and showcase your skills. Fantastic.
And here he is, Alan Murphy in center ring, back to Buddy Johnson to bring out his opponent.
And please welcome Aaron Coburn.
The first of the hometown heroes from UTC is in the house, and it's Aaron Coburn, fighting out of Birmingham, making his debut, but a lot of hard work behind closed doors down there at Team UTC.
Definitely, Chris. This guy's got a very, very good, strong wrestling and ground game and a good stand-up game to match. At one of his interviews, he was asked, what do you fear most in your opponent? His words, nothing. I think we're going to see some strong action from this young man.
And that says everything, Paul. When you're trying to train to make your debut, you need to have the complete package. You got to know how to defend the takedown and press it. You got to know how to move on your feet. You got to know submissions. That says everything about what this guy's been doing.
Definitely, Chris. As young fighters, you've got to bring everything to this cage. If you really want to make a good impression on a big show like this, you've got to stand up and put it on the line.
And he really displayed the fact that in his training, it's all about being able to achieve high-level stuff, but with a family setting. That says a lot about his mindset. You mentioned the physical aspects. There's also a psychological and emotional aspect to developing as an athlete.
Definitely, Chris. As a young athlete, you've got to stay focused. You've got a family, you've got a life outside. You've got to live, eat, and breathe this.
In fact, a university student as well as working. So here he is. The time is now. It's Aaron Coburn. Over to Buddy Johnson, and we'll get this one underway.
Birmingham City, we are ready for 3 3-minute rounds in the amateur featherweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, standing 5 feet 9 inches tall, making his debut this evening from Cork, Ireland, Alan Murphy. And his opponent fighting in the red corner, standing 5 feet 7 inches tall, also making his debut this evening from Birmingham, Aaron Coburn. When the action begins, your referee in charge, Simon Roycroft.
And it's the featherweight division. That's 145 pounds in old money. The younger man, Aaron Coburn, 28 years of age, for Alan Murphy. Both men making their debut. And it's happening now during the preliminary proceedings here in the MMAC. Round 1.
Coburn looks very focused, Chris. There's some big, he's took a big shot there, Chris. Did you see that?
And a level change displayed, shut down by the Irishman into the clinch for Coburn.
He's looking for the takedown. He's trying to go for the double there. He's got a high single. Yep.
And down it goes.
And they're back to their feet. He's pushing the action here, Chris. I mean, this young guy is really pushing it. You can see that he's giving it everything up against that fence.
And the motivation certainly apparent in the grappling territory. Nice knee to the breadbasket, though.
Looking for the high single again, looking to take him down, and there we go, right on cue.
The lift, what goes up must come down, and Alan Murphy now here for the first time flat on his back.
Yep, and he's got the mount. He's looking for it. He's looking to take the back. He's got the hooks in. He's got to rain down them bombs. He's looking for the choke, and it could be in.
That looks
got to secure
pretty tight. He's going now, palm to palm. Wasn't able to get it, Paul. He went for the neck, but didn't mind the hooks and position. Sometimes you got to mind the position before the submission.
Definitely. You've just got to have the back and just get the hooks in correct. He slipped out the back door there. Unlucky, but... And he's looking for a few knees there in the clinch. This is definitely going to take it out of his legs.
And what was an early flurry there has been countered by Murphy, who weathered the early storm. Aaron Coburn, exceptionally tough and relentless. The thing to note here is the reshot, Paul. It's about the initial takedown attempt and the commitment to a subsequent try.
I mean, these two guys are really backwards and forwards. It's up, it's down. They're pressing each other. They're looking for the reversals, and they're looking. He's looking for the back now. He's trying to get round to get the back. Good few knees there to the body.
An interesting series of events and transitions. That's the thing
Lovely
to see here.
knee to the body.
Another knee lands. Wow, what a shocker. Connection from Alan Murphy. That's been his best couple shots of the fight. He did it once, which forced Coburn to clinch. He did it again there a moment ago. That's 2.5 minutes of full fat action, Saunders.
And Coburn looking for the takedown again. He's looking for the high single. He's pressuring the action.
But when your head is on the inside there, it's vulnerable.
Very, very vulnerable. He's got a good underhook there, though. He can push around a little bit. He's got that high single. He's looking for the double.
Great switch up. Again, commitment to one technique can lead to another, and that is intelligent fighting at its finest.
Coburn focused on that takedown, looking for the takedown, but Murphy doing the right thing and pushing his head up. Avoiding that takedown, and another big knee, and he's coming out banging.
2-3-2 at the buzzer, and it's Alan Murphy bleeding, showing the signs of battle. Adam Coburn pressing the takedown through and through. Paul, a lot to talk about with those striking as well as grappling exchanges here in a heated first stanza.
These guys are definitely throwing some bombs. It's backwards and forwards action. Coburn there taking some big shots just towards the end of the first round. But again, Murphy, he's weathered the storm. He's delivered some lovely knees. Let's see what happens in round two.
And you've got to ask yourself whether or not, over time, a couple of knees like that to the body have an effect on the fighter's breathing, whether it has an effect on their ability to come in and shoot for a takedown like that. I think those were several very significant strikes from the Irishman.
They definitely were, and you can feel that those shots that he took to his body there, they're going to have a big impact. When he comes out here, if he takes center stage and keeps it on the stand-up, that will have a big impact on his cardio levels.
Well, everything to write home about in round one. We go to the second here tonight in Birmingham. Paul Saunders next to me here, the man they call Dynamite. I'm Chris Hoekstra. A warm welcome to you all joining us here in the preliminaries. The door has been sealed. Round two, Murphy versus Coburn. Murphy with the black trunks, Coburn in the blue.
Coburn looking a little...
Offsides play. He looked pretty aggressive with those low kicks, but Paul, sometimes when they come up at an angle, it can be a little bit dangerous.
It can always be a little bit dangerous. There's no malice there. You catch a little kick here or there, touch your gloves afterwards, a few seconds, and you're back again.
Let's show our fighters some encouragement, ladies and gentlemen. Come on!
And we resume the action here in the second round. 2:40 on the clock. Time rolls on. Yeah, Murphy again with that left kick. One thing interesting here is it's southpaw versus orthodox, so that rear kick, a lot of distance to come in, not only to the body or the inside leg.
Oh, and slip. Murphy took full advantage there and just worked in. But Coburn, he seems to have recovered here. He seems to be looking. He's looking to trade.
But if he had to make a pick on where things were more frustrating for Murphy or a less equal fight, the clinch.
It would be against the clinch. And Murphy delivered two big strikes there, and Coburn looks rocked. And he's definitely looking for the takedown now. And that's a wise choice there by Coburn to take it up against the fence and shut Murphy off. Murphy's got the striking advantage there, and I think that he needs to keep that up against there and get the takedown.
We continue here at MMAC2. Murphy and Coburn have continued to wow the crowd but it's back to the basics, back to the old school for Coburn here. I like the whizzer control, though, from Murphy.
And he's pushing the grind there, Chris. Being pushed up against the cage like that, it takes a lot of effort to keep your opponent off or to try and escape and keep avoiding the takedown. So Coburn's doing a good job there, pressed up against the cage, and he's pushing and trying to wear Murphy's cardio levels down.
And one of the things the judges will, oh, that hurt him for sure. He didn't like that. Wow. And the instant reaction of Coburn leads you to believe that closing in to disallow that trajectory of the knee to come up and hurt him. He felt that one, Paul.
He felt that one. Coburn pressuring again, looking for the single. He definitely doesn't want to take too many of them shots again. He's definitely looking to get him down and stop those shots.
Referee looking for action here, watching carefully. And one thing I was going to explain earlier is under the new rules in 2017, the judging criteria will be looking, at least in the grappling realm, for control. They will be looking for effective grappling to be the man who is controlling the fight. So that's one thing to watch out for here.
Murphy, a dangerous striker, but doing very, very well to avoid the takedowns. Doing absolutely really good to avoid those takedowns and firing the knees round to the side of the body.
And that's control, Paul, defensive control. Of course, on the flip side, when the striking is done, what you're looking for is significant shots, fight-ending stuff, stuff with impact. And Murphy unquestionably has delivered more than a few of those between round 1 and 2 thus far.
He's fired some big bombs off that rocked Coburn there.
The end of the second here at the MMAC, live from Birmingham. And Coburn and Murphy, you know, you think back to round 1, Paul, we weren't even sure we'd be able to get out of the first 3 minutes, and here we are 6 minutes deep. Round 3 on tap. What do you think happens?
I'd say Murphy comes out strong again, fires the big knees. Coburn's again going to try and look to shut him down, but he's got to get him down and either pound him out or look for the submission. Murphy knows that, and I think he'll be keeping the distance and looking for the big shots to KO.
So we should be set up in many ways for a third round where rounds 1 and 2 will have been a good indicator for both of these guys of what their opponent wants to do. When you've got that in your mind as a fighter and you know what's on the table, the cards have been thrown down, what are you thinking in there right now?
You're thinking your game plan is exactly as you say. You know what your opponent's coming. He's coming with big bombs. You don't need to take them. It's the third round. You need to get the job done. And if you're a wrestler or you're a grappler, you want to get in, get them down, and finish it as quick as possible. On the counterpart, a striker will want to keep the distance, keep the center stage, and go for the KO.
I like that. Keeping center stage, staying in space when moving, obviously, and avoiding
Final
the
round,
wire.
ladies and
Paul,
gentlemen,
which
make some
is
noise for both
poison
fighters. Let's hear you.
of
Come on.
Murphy. I think it's all on the line right now, and this is going to be an important 3 minutes. Round 3.
This looks like Coburn's already looking for the shoot. He's looking to get in and shut Murphy down. Murphy's looking for some big shots here.
Nice inside low kick exchange.
Murphy again with a big shot. And another big knee. And another avoidance of the takedown attempt of Coburn.
Excellent takedown defense, moving backwards. I don't think Coburn liked that straight left hand.
I wouldn't have liked that straight left hand. That would have made me going to shoot. And I think Coburn done the right thing there. But Murphy, again, delivering knees, delivering shots, avoiding the takedown.
A lot of power from Murphy, deceptively so for the weight.
Looking at Murphy, you wouldn't think he'd be that strong, but the guy's got phenomenal strength by the look of it. Coburn looks like a powerhouse, but Murphy is doing a great job at defending from the takedown and keeping it up.
And sometimes part of that is not just your physical strength, it's also your utilization of your frame, your leverage. All of these things are factors when defending the takedown.
And also, knowing your opponent, knowing which way to move, switch your hips, which way they're going, counterbalance, all of those things are tactical that you work in the gym. So when you're in a situation like this, it becomes second nature.
And I think in many ways, one of the most underappreciated positions in MMA.
He's delivering some big knees there to the leg of Coburn. And if they break from the clinch here, Coburn's going to be in some serious trouble.
He's going to feel that when he's moving on his feet, Paul.
He's been getting those. Oh, and there we go. A lovely switch.
And it's that outside trip. It was that body lock that gave him the turn, Paul.
It was the body lock that gave him the lock. It enabled him to step round, get the leg, switch, take him down, and now we end up in this position, and he's going for a leg lock.
Whoa, straight ankle lock attempt here. He's gonna be very careful about reaping the knee under these rules. I think it's gonna be tough to finish. I'm not sure how deep he is on the Achilles. It looks a little bit low. It looks like it's more on his calf, Paul.
Murphy doing a great job here.
Murphy spinning out, trying to get that leg free.
And he's free.
Clears the knee line, and it's in for the ground and pound. Desperate times for Coburn.
Coburn looks like he's in trouble here.
But he
And
is
a
relentless.
lovely big knee.
He
He's
is
relentless.
just like a dog on a bone right now.
He's all over this guy. He is just trying to shut him down and get the takedown. But Murphy, again, dominating, kneeing, throwing the shots, keeping it exactly where he wants it to.
What a fight we've had. An early candidate for fight of the night here, folks. Back and forth stuff. Both fighters hurt. Both fighters putting everything on the line. And Murphy and Coburn go the distance here at MMA C2.
Whoa.
Paul, how do you got it?
It's a very, very close fight, but I would definitely, based on the striking capacity and the avoidance of takedowns, I would give the fight to Murphy.
So in many ways, although the fact that Coburn was pressing the action at times in the clinch, certainly showing some effective control, he was unsuccessful in completing, and that's the point.
That is the point. He had a game plan, but it just didn't come off. Murphy's game plan was the defense of the takedown, which did come off, and he came out striking, which then made Coburn shoot in to try and defend against those strikes. In my opinion, that young man right there has got the fight.
Well, of course, that's our unofficial scorecards here. We will go as the cards do come in. The mathematics will be done, and we will go to our Master of Ceremonies, Mr. Buddy Johnson, here in Center Ring in Birmingham to get your official winner here tonight in this clash of rising featherweights.
After 3 rounds, we go to our judges' scorecards. And your winner, by unanimous decision, Alan Murphy!